This is a supplemental video to my discussion on John 3:16 and the meaning of the world, posted on TikTok on January 29th, 2024, and YouTube on January 30th. First, I want to note that the term cosmos appears in the Johannine corpus a total of 78 times, 57 times in the book of John, 17 times in 1 John, 1 time in 2 John, and 3 times in the book of Revelation. In every one of these instances, it means and is translated world. There is no exception. There are several noteworthy examples of world in John as well. For example, John 16:11 says, "The ruler of this world has been judged." Clearly, that means the world of mankind. 16:21 reads, "Whenever a woman is in labor, she has pain, because her hour has come. And when she gives birth to the child, she no longer remembers the anguish because of the joy that a child has been born into the world of mankind." In John 17:24, Jesus says, "You loved me before the foundation of the world." John 18:36, Jesus answered, "My kingdom is not of this world." John chapter 21, verse 25. "But there are also many other things which Jesus did, which, if they were written in detail, I expect that even the world itself could not contain the books that would be written." In each of these instances, the world refers to mankind. It is people that are involved. In some cases, world refers to mankind generally. In some cases, there are instances where there is specific emphasis on those who are the wicked, but it still has this underlying sense of mankind. Now, this is not to say that there aren't instances where another meaning exists, but none of these are within the Johannine corpus. In fact, the only real instance in the New Testament is in 1 Peter 3:3, where it's rendered in the King James Version, "Whose adorning let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair, and of wearing of gold, or of putting on of apparel." And so it is here translated adorning. But otherwise, there's no exceptions. Now, in my last video, I visited John 18:20, and let's look at that one more time. It says, "Jesus answered him, I have spoken openly to the world. I always taught in synagogues and in the temple area, where all the Jews congregate, and I said nothing in secret." Here again, the term simply means mankind, and the sense is that he has spoken publicly. In fact, in John 7:4, we find a parallel. It says, "For no one does anything in secret when he himself is striving to be known publicly. If you are doing these things, show yourself to the world." Here, showing oneself to the world simply means to show anyone who chooses to see, to show it publicly. And that's the same sense in John 18:20. Jesus showed himself publicly. The synagogue and the temple are examples of places that he went to show himself publicly, to not be doing things in secret. This does not mean cosmos somehow means Israel, a sense that it never has, but rather it refers to mankind and openly showing himself to mankind, and these are examples of places where he did that. They're certainly not the only places. We know he spoke in various places, in various cities, at various times. But these are a couple of examples to show that he was not teaching in secret. He was proclaiming his message publicly. Additionally, John refers to the whole world at 1 John 2:2, saying, "And he himself is the propitiation for our sins, and not ours only, but also for the sins of the whole world." The whole world. Now, what is the requirement, of course, for that payment, that propitiation to apply? Well, it is belief, it is faith, it is trusting in the Son of God. Well, what does the whole world mean? Does it in fact mean the whole world? It does, because there's one other time in 1 John where this same expression, whole world, appears at 1 John chapter 5, verse 19. Notice what it says. We know that we are of God, and that the whole world lies in the power of the evil one. So the whole world refers to the whole world of mankind, and they lie in the power of the evil one. The only way they come out of the power of the evil one is by putting their faith in Jesus. And when they do so, their sins are paid for. But here we clearly see that whole world means whole world. That's what it says.